Love tubers. Good morning, good morning, good morning. While I'm preparing my lighting, I had to let you see this gorgeous Cosmel sunrise. Sunrise and Cosmel. I'll be right there for you, getting lighting set up. Enjoy the sunrise. Are you enjoying the Cosmel sunrise from the rooftop deck here? It is time to begin. It's time. Gurus meet the sun. Gurus and yogis all over the world meet the sun. Isn't that incredible? Deep breath. Breathing deeply. With each exhale, lengthen the spine. Get space in between the vertebrae. Expand your lungs, lengthen the spine. Crown to the heavens. Breathe deeply. Calm yourself. Breathe and roll your shoulders back and drop them. Remember, your shoulders and your ears are not neighbors. Put some space there. Breathe. Breathe and establish that unbreakable commune with Source, your true self. Connect the conscious mind, direct connect with Source. Now, no more independent thinking. Connect the conscious mind right now, the golden cord to your heart. Connect the conscious mind. No more runaway thoughts. No more overthinking. Relax. Breathe and relax. No more worrying. Relax. No more having to have it your way. Relax. No more control. Relax. You can let go. It's safe to let go. It won't go to hell in a handbasket. It will go straight to heaven when you let go. Breathe and relax. Let go. Breathe and let go of doubt. Replace it with certainty. certain of good outcomes, certain of divine care, love, protection, peace, certain everything works out perfectly for me, certain you are loved, certain you are supported. No matter what the people around you do, you're supported by this whole universe of life. You're supported, you're loved, you're cared for, you're uplifted, you're inspired, you're healed, you're never alone. Breathe and settle into the truth. Root into the truth of your being. This is the truth of your being. You are loved. You are not alone. You've never been alone. It's impossible for you to be alone. Breathe. And in this space of knowing who we are, direct connect, conscious connect with Source as the all. Clear the mind. Letting go. We now go to our chant for the day, which is Brazil. And before we begin our chant, imagine. Imagine. Magic is in imagine. Imagine with your whole body, not just your mind. You inside your greatest financial vision, your greatest financial manifestation, your greatest financial potential, your greatest financial manifestations. Imagine, not only with your mind, with your whole body. Put yourself in it right now. You're already arrived. You've already done it. Your greatest financial successes have all come to fruition. You have plenty of money for anything and everything you desire. You no longer choose based on money. You choose based on desire and inspiration. You can afford anything you want, go anywhere you want, drive anything you want in the fashion you desire, go ride on jets if you like, yachts. You go to the best of the best places to eat, whatever that means for you. You wear whatever you feel like wearing, no matter the cost. Imagine your fully realized financial self, your fully realized wealth self. Imagine with your entire being, put yourself in it now. Feel the calm and the peace of everything paid off and not one financial concern and consideration at all. Feel the relaxation that everything's taken care of, even well before it needs to be taken care of. Feel the relaxation that your mind no longer goes to money. Your mind goes to your creations and what you're bringing forth into the world. You've already solved all your money issues. Relax in the peace and the enjoyment of having created the perfect financial situation for yourself, whatever that may be. Imagine it with your entire being. Now we celebrate. We're not asking for it. You already have it. You already have it. You have it now. You're celebrating it. You're giving appreciation to it, for it. You're calling it good with your Brazil chant. You already have it. It is already done. It is amen. Already done. You're simply calling it good, celebrating, enhancing, sharing, extending the wealth you've already created. Inner wealth as well as outer riches, whatever that looks like for you. Deep breath in. And we begin. Brazil, Brazil, Brazil. Brizzy, 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 Brizzy. Kegel your yoni in harmony if you have a yoni. If you don't, tighten up the groin in harmony, in alignment, in flow with your brizzy. Squeeze the energy up, 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 up. Brizzy, 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 Brizzy. Deep breath in and speed it up. Brizzy, 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 breathe. Entire being vibed up to the highest vibration of love, peace, beauty, abundance, prosperity, success, accomplishment, achievement, winning, loving, giving, sharing, being, divinity, fulfillment, oneness, harmony, smooth way, elegance, rich within and without, rich in every area of life, high energy, health, happiness, vitality, youthfulness, sexiness, sensuality, power, divine will, thy will be done. Giving thanks now to the ancestors who dance above us. Happy that we are giving attention to our soul and spirit first thing in the morning. The ancestors dancing above us. My mother, my birth father, grandparents. Name them, give honor to them, see them dancing because you're giving attention to your spirit and your soul. They're dancing, you're lifting the whole line. Breathe and see the angels and archangels dancing, celebrating. See the ascended masters, Christ, Kuan Yin, Buddha, Lord Krishna, dancing, lifting us. Saint Germain, give thanks to Source as all. Give appreciation, call it good. It's Source, is all, as all, for all, in all, through all. Ashe. Breathe and bring yourself an aspect of your awareness to the third dimension, reminding yourself that you're a multidimensional being. So you are operating in many dimensions today. You're operating on the angelic dimensions, the dimensions that can clearly commune with the ancestors, with higher order beings. That there has never been a moment that Source has not been speaking to each of us as us. So as you open your eyes, do so slowly and remind yourself that you're multidimensional. So your eyes that are on the third dimension are connecting with what's on the third dimension. Yet there are aspects of you that are operating in dimensions above the third dimension that will inform you on what to do in the third dimension. Give honor to your bigger self, capital S self. Breathe and look down first. Open your eyes. And give attention to A Course in Miracles, Lesson 20. How delicious. How delicious. Brizzy, someone asked me about Brizzy the other day, and I did not answer about Brizzy the other day. Brizzy is a sacred sound that comes from a being who meditated for 1,000 years to bring us Brizzy. It is a sacred sound, and just like your iPhone, we don't know how it works. I didn't ask where my iPhone came from. I assumed it came from somewhere at Apple. So, people ask, well, where did Brizzy come from? Well, what does it mean? How does it work? I don't know. I didn't ask where my iPhone came from. I picked it up at the store and kept it moving. And I use it. Use it. All right, here we go. We're going to share the screen. And we're at lesson 20. I am determined to see. Let's affirm it to ourselves together. I am determined to see. I am determined to see. We have been quite casual about our practice periods thus far. There have been virtually no attempt to direct the time for undertaking them. Minimal effort has been required, and not even active cooperation or interest have been asked. We haven't asked you to cooperate with them. We haven't asked you to be interested in them. We just asked you to do a simple practice every single day, a few times during the day, and don't give it any thought. This approach has been intentional and very carefully planned. See, this is a 365-day curriculum, not a 19-day curriculum, not a 3-day curriculum, not a 192-day curriculum. This is a 365-day curriculum. If this curriculum resonates with you, then make the commitment. I did, many of us did. I'm seeking to hold my commitment to do every day, 365 days straight in community with all of you beautiful, blessed souls, so that we may all tip the scales. We're not doing this just for ourselves. We are doing this for the whole planet that has been traumatized over 2 years over very interesting things that are now, the truth is finally coming to light. So we are doing this for the whole planet. This is a 365-day curriculum. If you haven't caught up with them yet, all good, go to one and just do 2 a day. That's all. You don't have to just do 1 a day. Do 2 a day until you're all the way up to day 20. They're all there for you. Do it with your family. Do it with groups of people. Do it with your spiritual community. Bring people together and do it. That way all of you rise in more power. Not more power. You can't have any more power than you already have. More access to your divine power. We have not lost sight of the crucial importance of the reversal of your thinking. The most important thing is the reversal of our thinking, reversal of our thinking, reversal of our thinking. The salvation of the world depends on it. The salvation of the world depends on my thinking being reversed. The salvation of the world depends on your thinking being reversed. Yet you will not see if you regard yourself as being coerced and if you give in to resentment and opposition. See, there's no coercion. That's why we always say, if you want to do it, if you feel inspired to do it, if you feel it, the resonance is there for you to do it. Don't just do it because we said to do it, because that coercion needs to be left out. And it will only be resentment and opposition. So never try to coerce yourself into doing something. This is our first attempt to introduce structure. Now we're going to have a little structure. No coercion. Do not misconstrue it as an effort to exert force or pressure. We think structure means force or pressure. None of that. Simply structure, like the cookie cutter. Cookie cutter isn't structure. The dough doesn't fight when you press a little cookie cutter down on the dough. It's simply putting it in the star formation. You want salvation. You want to be happy. You want peace. That's all we want. You want peace. You want to be happy. You want to be saved from yourself. You do not have them now because your mind is totally undisciplined. My mind, I've been doing the course for years. You heard Dr. Jubilee say the other day she's been doing the course for 13 years. I probably have been doing the course for about as long, or at least a decade or 12 years, somewhere around there. And my mind is still undisciplined. Because your mind is totally undisciplined. Yep, I accept. My mind is totally undisciplined. And you cannot distinguish between joy and sorrow, pleasure and pain, love and fear. You cannot distinguish between joy and sorrow, pleasure and pain, love and fear. You are now learning how to tell them apart, and great indeed will be your reward. Wow. We think you can fall in love. That alone tells us we don't know the difference between love and fear. You think you can love somebody one day and not love them the next day. Love them one day and then want to kill them the next day. Well, that's not love. Clearly, we don't know the difference between love and fear. If you think you can fall in love, you don't know what love is. If you think that you love them and now you don't know what love is. We don't know the difference between love and fear. Your decision to see is all that vision requires. It's a decision. It's a decision, beloved. That's all that's required is your decision. It's a decision. You see, when you decide, you kill something. Side means kill. De means duel. When you decide you have two things in front of you, you kill one of them and you pick the one you're going to go on. What you want is yours. It's already yours. Happiness and peace, it's already yours. Do not mistake the little effort that is asked of you for an indication that our goal is of little worth. Don't think just because it's a little bit that you do every day, 3-4 minutes, that your goal is a little goal or is of little worth. Because, the world told you that if you want something big, you got to work big, 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 hard. See, that's the reversal of thinking. Hustle, 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 hustle. That's the reversing we require of thinking. Our thinking has to be reversed. We think that if we want something big, it takes a lot to do something big. We think there's an order of difficulty in miracles when yesterday we realized and we saw there's no order of difficulty in miracles. There's no harder to manifest a mansion than a penny. No harder whatsoever. Yet our minds are not aware of it yet because our minds are not completely disciplined to understand the distinction between love and fear. What you want is yours. Can the salvation of the world be a trivial purpose? This is not trivial what you are doing every day, 3, 4 times a day. It's not trivial. And can the world be saved if you are not? The world can't be saved if you're not saved. The world cannot be saved. If 8.7999,999 people are saved, and we have 8.8 billion people on the planet, if one person's not saved, the world's not saved. If one person's not saved, the world's not saved. We're in this together. We're one. God has one son. Source has one son. What is son? The whole of creation, the whole sonship, all of us together. It's not 8.8 billion, it's one. And he is the resurrection and the life. His will is done because all power is given him in heaven and on earth. And your determination to see is vision given you. Your determination, see, you have to be determined. I'm determined to see past this thought that I thought I could fall in love and I thought I could fall out of love. How come when you love the person in the beginning, everything's wonderful and beautiful and you have butterflies in your stomach and everything they do is just so wonderful to you. And then 6 months later, 2 years later, whenever the honeymoon period wears off, everything they do gets on your nerves. Well, you think that's love. That's not love because love doesn't flip. It doesn't flip flop. It doesn't change. It doesn't come. It doesn't go. Love is. You have to be determined to see. Say, okay, I think I'm seeing love, but clearly I'm not because I was feeling so good before. And now everything this person does just gets on my freaking last nerves. Clearly, I must have decided wrongly because I'm not at peace. That's what the Course says. I must have decided wrongly because I'm not at peace. Anytime I'm not at peace, I must have decided wrongly, not the person did something to get on my nerves. So your decision to see is all that vision requires, and it is your determination to see that vision is given you. So you have to decide, and then you have to be determined. You can't just decide once. You have to be determined. That means continuing to push forward with your original decision. Yeah, I'm determined to see. And when something comes up that is opposite to your decision, you put in your determination, not your force, your determination. No, I said I'm going this way and I'm going that way. I'm determined to see, and I'm going to continue on my path until I see, and I'm going to keep going and I'm going to keep going. It's called determination. It's not force. It's just sticking to what you said you were going to do. The exercises for today consist in reminding yourself throughout the day that you want to see. You've got to remind yourself, I want to see. You see, because we're seeking to have a reversal of thinking. So that means I have to tell myself, I want to see. Today's idea also tacitly implies the recognition that you do not see now. Wow. I have to tell myself I'm really not seeing, even though I think I'm seeing. I have to be honest with myself and I have to be truthful. And I have to let myself know what's really going on. That right now my mind is undisciplined. I'm not really seeing anything but the images of my own thoughts. Everything begins with a thought, and everything I see, I made up, and I gave it all the meaning that it has for me. I have to take all that stuff and put it in the trash and come to the realization that some strange things are in my mind. And so, therefore, I must admit to myself and acknowledge I'm not seeing, I am determined to see. I'm determined to see. That kind of implies that I'm not seeing right now. Therefore, as you repeat the idea, you are stating that you are determined to change your present state for a better one, and one you really want. You really want the state of peace. You really want the state of Christ mind. We could call it Christ mind. And every tradition has words for this. We don't need to be caught up in the words or the linguistic peculiarities of the Course, because the Course speaks in a more of a Christian tone. Christ, God, the Father, Son. It's beautiful. If you don't like that, change it to what works for you. Goddess, daughter, the daughters of our goddess, whatever works for you, do it. Whatever works for you, whatever coating you have to put on the pill to make the medicine go down, do it. Therefore, as you repeat the idea, you are stating that you are determined to change your present state for a better one, and one you really want. I'm determined to change my state for a better one, because anytime I'm not at peace, I'm not seeing, and I'm determined to see. Repeat today's idea slowly and positively at least twice an hour today, attempting to do so every half hour. This is where it really speeds up on us. Every half hour, we're going to be doing this twice an hour throughout the day. Wow. Now, when we were in Intervisions and we practiced this, we just set the chime, and every time the chime went off, we just paused and said, I'm determined to see. Or the course lesson for the day. This is the essential idea for the day. Remember, every day we receive a central idea for the day, and you walk around with that idea. That idea is like a pair of shoes. That idea is like a hat. It's like a coat. You put it on, you wear it, you soak in it. You're not just hearing it in the morning. We're not hearers of the word. We're doers of the word. You're walking with this thing. You're chewing on it. You're digesting it. You're meditating. It's a simple one idea for the day. I am determined to see. Repeat today's idea slowly and positively at least twice an hour today, attempting to do so every half hour. Do not be distressed if you forget to do so, but make a real effort to remember. Don't stress yourself out if you forgot. Just really, really work on remembering. I'm going to set my chimes because that way I know it's done. The extra repetitions should be applied to any situation, person, or event that upsets you. As always, you can apply today's central idea to anything that upsets you. Something upsets you, I'm determined to see. Somebody says something to you, I am determined to see. Before just being robotic in our answer to the person, or having a reaction, or lashing out, or choosing to not be at peace because somebody said something. I am determined to see. I am determined to see. You don't even have to say it out loud. You can say it to yourself. I am determined to see. See, spiritual practice, the beauty is true spiritual practice is no one even has to know that you're doing it. You can do it anywhere and everywhere because it's you with you. You can see them differently, and you will. If something upsets you, you can see it differently. You have that within your capability. You are able to see things differently, and you will see it differently. And the differently way that you see it, if that's the correct use of that word, let me say, and the different way that you see it, when you see it differently, that will be a way that is peaceful and not upsetting. What you desire, you will see. Such is the real law of cause and effect as it operates in the world. What you desire, you will see. If you desire happiness, you'll see it. If you desire peace, you'll see it. If you desire harmony with all people, you'll see it. Such is the real law of cause and effect as it operates in the world. And that is our course lesson for today. I am determined to see. Now, let's go to our discussion. Let's hear from your family. The floor is open. Two-time 2 times each hour to Delzia, right? Delzia is like, woo, it's sped up on us. See, before it was 3 or 4 times during the day, right? That was 3 or 4 times during the day. It could be very casual. It could be any time that you want it. Now we're introducing structure. 30 minutes, every 30 minutes, 30 minutes, every 30 minutes, every 30 minutes. See? Yes, so is where I'm determined to see. I love it. I love it. I love it. You like that, Danelsia? Danelsia is like, whoa. Oh, shit just got real, didn't it? Shit just got real. I tell you, every 30 minutes, I'm setting my chimes. That's how I do it. Because if I don't set my chimes, how am I going to remember every 30 minutes to do it? I'm not going to remember, and I'm not going to fool myself that I'm not going to. Don't we need it, Erica? Oh, I love that, Erica. Erica said, thank you. I need this structure, right? Isn't that great? It's the structure. It's beautiful. This structure will help us so much. Every 30 minutes, you get to interrupt your thinking every 30 minutes. Isn't that beautiful? Because, the mind just goes. And even if your thinking is not on something bad, you could be creating, I could be caught up in creating this book. And then, because I'm writing this fiction novel and I just reworked the opening of it. And oh my God, I just love this book. I just love this book. So I'm writing. This is my first novel. This is my second attempt at a novel. This is the first one that will actually be published very shortly, under a pen name, by the way. It's not going to be published under my non-fiction name. It's going to be under a pen name. So even if you're caught up, let's say you're in creation, or you're in like one of your 90-minute creation segments. I do about 90-minute creation segments. If you're in one of those, that would be 3 practice periods. Begin the creation segment. If it's a 90-minute creation segment, like I do, with nothing around, no phones, no anything, remove all distractions and go into your 90-minute in creation segment. And the reason that I do that is so that I can get into what's called deep work. And if you read the book by Cal Newport, I'm actually going to bring it up on the live stream. I'm going to bring it up. Cal Newport. Let me go to screen sharing. Very good. I'm going to go to deep work, Cal Newport. There we go. I want you to get this book. And this book is actually, if you go to my website, let me show you how to get to this book. If you go to my website, I would be so appreciative if you use the links at my website. That would be so lovely. Because if you go to my website and click on books, there you will see my Valerie Loves Amazon recommendations page. And here I have all the books that I absolutely, well, not all the books I love, huge collection of books that I absolutely love, that I've read, that I've loved, that I love. So here you see it. It's under success. I have tons of books here under success. And here it is right here. It's called Deep Work. And when you click on it, now you're buying it using my link. And I so appreciate that, because I'd appreciate that work that supports the work, my work in the world, or the work that Spirit is channeling through me in the world. It's lovely. It's lovely. So use that link if you so desire. This is the book, Deep Work. Rules for focused success in a distracted world. Cal Newport does not even have any social media. I believe he said that. I know at one point he said that. I don't know if he's on social media or now, now or not. Cal Newport says you do not need social media at all, and he is not at all on social media. And deep work is what he brings to the world, and it is incredible. And he also wrote Digital Minimalism, as you can see, choosing a focused life in a noisy world. He just tunes it all out, and he creates astounding work. So that's why you take these 90-minute segments and you go into this deep work. And when you go into deep work, your brain actually changes and you can focus. And every time you do deep work, you can do more deep work because you're more focused. And then something beautiful happens. You don't have to shift. You see, it takes your mind 30 minutes to shift to another thing. So if you're working on, let's say, your Instagram, and then you have to shift to creating your book, it really takes 30 minutes for your mind to shift. Your mind doesn't shift just like that, because part of your mind is still kind of swirling on something on Instagram. And now you're on trying to get your mind to, attempting to get your mind to focus on, thank you for putting that link up in the in the Clubhouse room. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And when you focus your mind, when you shift your mind from Instagram to now creating a book, it really takes about 30 minutes to shift your mind. So, what we're going to do is we're going to do 90-minute segments, and you're going to create deep work so that you can go deep. You don't have to keep your focus in a distracted world. That right now somebody's creating another social media platform. Right now people are uploading TikToks that you want to watch. Right now someone's creating Instagram posts that are just so beautiful that will just draw you in. Right now someone's going live on Facebook. Right now someone's creating YouTube videos for you to watch today. This is a world full of things, and it's getting more things every second. More things, more things, more things, more things. Do you believe that trying to keep up with the more things is the way to peace, or do you sense that you must create an opening in all the things? First in your mind, create an opening and peace in your mind, like a big meadow, a field that's clear, and then go into your big, beautiful, clear meadow and create what you're bringing to the world. Your deep work. So, if you do 90-minute segments, then you're going to do one. You're going to start. I can tell you how to set up your day right now. Write this down. This is a simple way to set up your day. So simple. I've taught it to clients over and over and over again. I myself have used it many times, and I return to it when I see myself getting, a little too distracted, because I travel and I could just be walking around looking at things and by the ocean, and oh, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be writing. Yeah. I'm all caught up in Cozumel and I'm just all over, right? Well, here, and you still focus. If you don't focus, you're not going to create your greatest work in the world. And that would be a travesty. Here is a simple schedule. 90 on, 15 off. 90 on, 30 off. 90 on, 15 off. 90 on, off. I'm going to say it again. 90 on. That's 90 minutes of focus on what you are doing. 90 on. Just write the word, just write the letter. 90 on. The next thing you're going to write is 15, the number 15, off. I'm going to explain everything, what this means in a moment. Stay with me. 90 on. 30 off. 90 on. 15 off. 90 on, off. Someone put it in the chat for us, please. 90, I might write a blog post about this. It's very critical. It's very critical because a lot of people are not writing their books. They're not. Look at all this work that Cal Newport is able to do. Look at all these incredible books he's able to do. Why? Because he's not on social media. How is he able to do all that? He's not on social media. That's why. He can write all these 50 million books and be this hugely successful author with books that sell millions of books around the world and be completely financially well off, PhD. Why? Because he's not distracted. It's very simple. He's focused. He's not distracted. And I took a page out of his book because I want to know how to do that myself. Here is how it works. You're going to go in for your 90 minutes. And this is what you're going to do at the beginning of your 90 minutes. I'm determined to see. You're going to just spend a moment with your mind. I'm determined to see. Look about you. Then you're going to start your 90-minute segment. Your 90-minute segment is one thing. Put your phone in airplane mode. Put your phone in airplane mode. Put your phone in airplane mode. All of the top producers in the world, some of them don't even know where their phone is. One of my coaches that I was in a program with, Sam Ovens, he said, you're successful when you don't even know where your phone is. They get up from, where's my phone? But some of you, your phone is an appendage. It is actually attached to your hand. And you don't need your phone for creating. Here's what I'm talking about. Get a computer There's a lot of things you can't do on your phone. How are you going to try to write a whole book on your phone? I see people doing this. They're just making their eyes bad, and they're so focused on this little phone and trying to do everything on the phone. I mean, you can if you want to. However, there's another way of doing it. Get yourself a creation machine, a nice computer, something like that. Sit in a place where it's more expansive. It's a big screen. You can see what the hell is going on, right? You can really get a lot accomplished. You even put yourself in a different frame of mind. Well, Sam Ovens, most of the time, did not know where his phone was. And this is a man that makes over $100,000 a day. And he reached his goal because his goal was his goal was 100,000 a year, then 100,000 a month, to have 6-figure months, and then to have consistent 6-figure days. And so he created 6-figure days. And so because I'm very, very intrigued by how people do these things, good morning, buenos dias. Because I'm very intrigued about successful people and how they do the things, I read their books and I see and I listen to them and I see how are you able to create this thing, because then you're going to be able to shortcut me to doing the same kind of thing in my own way. And so Sam Ovens didn't know where his phone was a lot of the times that he was working, creating his incredible creations and building this incredible business that helps people, and coaching, working with his clients and having incredible time with his clients. And I was in his program and I was astounded at how little he cared about social media. And he said people are really operating under an extremely false narrative, that they think that if you don't have a lot of followers on social media, you're not successful. He said that is so bizarre. How do we come to that thought? Like, people look at his YouTube channel, and maybe his YouTube channel might have 25,000 subscribers, right? He makes over $100,000 a day. And he says people look at him and like, well, on his YouTube videos, well, maybe he doesn't know what he's talking about compared to someone who has 300,000 subscribers on YouTube or 1.2 million subscribers on YouTube. And he said, do you realize that how many followers you have on social media is not at all correlated to how much money you make? Like, that should be common sense, but people have it in their mind that somehow you're successful. If you have 1.2 million subscribers, people kind of think you're successful. Why do we think that? No, you're successful if you create what you set out to create. So if that's what you set out to create and you're happy with it and you created what you wanted to create, boom, great. He didn't set out to create 1.2 million followers. He set out to create $100,000 a day. Incidentally, he shared some of the stories on YouTube and he got a few subscribers on YouTube. He said, do you understand that the skills of building a business and the skills of building a social media presence are two different skills? And not everyone has both. The skills of building a business and the skills of building a social media, huge social media following are different skills. Yeah, you just have to choose. Maybe you want to do both skills. It's going to be difficult for you to do both of them at the same time. I always chose to go with the skills of entrepreneurship and the skills of sales and marketing, because sales and marketing give you money. So I chose to go with those skills. And it's not that you have to pick or choose, but you just are probably not going to be super fantastic at everything. So you really have to determine what's most important to you. What is important to you? See, the most important thing to me was freedom. That my soul was free to go. If I wanted to go to Teotihuacan, to the ancient city that I just explored the other day and making videos about it, that I could do that. That if my soul wanted to go to Bali and stay there for 30 days, I could do it. That if my soul wanted to go to India and be at the feet of Dr. Kalai, I could do it. If my soul wanted to go to Chichen Itza, the ancient city in Chichen Itza, all these different pilgrimages I go to, they're spiritually, they're energetically charged hotspots, I could do it. If my soul wanted to go to Sedona and just hang around for, I don't know, a month, 2 weeks, however, buy a one-way ticket, I could do it. If my soul wanted to go to Dubai, I could do it. If my son wanted to go to Peru and walk the Incan Trail with a shaman and drink plant medicine and sit in the Temescal, I could do it anytime I want. You see, I just wanted to be free to do what my soul wanted to do. I didn't even have to have billions of dollars. I'm creating billionaire only because I know I can. It's a fun game. And why wouldn't you reach your potential? If your potential is billions, why would you stop at millions? You can do it inside yourself, so you do it. It's a fun curriculum. Do you really think I do that so that I could have billions stacked up somewhere? I don't fucking care about that. Nobody cares about having billions stacked up. You care about your life. You care about what you care about. You care about yourself, your happiness, your health, your freedom, your ability to move about the planet, maybe your luxury, how you move about the planet. You care about your choices, that you can make the choice to do this. You care about your care, that maybe you can get the best of the care for your parents, best of the best care for yourself, best of the best care for your children. You care about the real things deep down inside. And so you get to create the real things. All right, let's go to Kristen. Kristen, how you loving? Or first, before we go to Kristen, a discussion of A Course in Miracles for today, let me know, family, mods, what are your thoughts, mods, before we go to Kristen? I'm gonna turn it over to the mods.
Good morning.
Good,
Oh my
good
goodness.
morning, Queen Hadassah.
Good morning. I remember this lesson that I am determined to see, and I remember saying that because what I was seeing I didn't like, and this lesson told me that I should examine anything me to see. I have to understand what's going on. My decision to see. So, that vision would be. See, I wanted to understand, and so to my experience in Peru, where we were able to, in a way, to in our own consciousness, I should say. I went into my own consciousness to see, because I was determined to see. I understood that what I was own eyes, the middle of my face, and those eyes were not showing me what I wanted to see. And so in my visioning journeys in Peru, I was able to see things that I couldn't see with my normal eyes. And because of that, I like this lesson, because at the end it really focuses on universal law of cause and effect. So I had to understand that whatever I desire to see, I was going to see, and the things that I was seeing were the things that I desired. And if I didn't desire those things, I want to see something else. So my experiences that I opened myself up to allowed me to have a mechanism for visioning, to be able to see beyond what these eyes can see and what I thought I was seeing, to really open up myself to really go in to a place where, access a place that I wouldn't be able to do. But, as we say, Rev, that requires getting up off the couch, booking a ticket, and flying across the world. So if you're not willing to do those kind of things, you can sit in right where you are and go deep in meditation and be able to see, because that's the only time I can really see anything is in the deep meditation. And then I see and I'm like, wow, in the world was that? And then I can, spend my time, that was interesting, and then move forward with that. So I don't really think that I would have been able to move forward spiritually or in my spiritual awakening if I didn't have the capacity to really see. And I think I'm complete. I think I'm complete with that.
Very true. What was the start of having the awareness that you were not seeing? I remember I thought I was seeing, and then I started to have the awareness I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah, it was really a result of, well, you know what? One of my, and I didn't know, one of the things that I was able to do as a child, can you hear me say poor connection?
It just dipped out a tiny bit, but it's back now. And it's back
okay.
now.
Okay. I think being in pain, let me move this in this thing. Okay, being in a lot of pain emotionally, not really physically, but just knowing that something is not right, something is going on. I'm doing everything that society says to do. I went to college, got the job, got married. I did every single thing, and I was still there was something just not really clicking, and I didn't know what that is. And my higher self set out on this journey to find out. So when I told you all yesterday, I think it was, that, I was fired from my job. Well, I like to tell that story because it sounds exciting, but really and it's fun. Now, it wasn't when it was happening. But what it wasn't like I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. I was doing everything that I was called to do, everything I was asked to do, and still I was unhappy within because it wasn't what I desired. And the moment I said I don't want to do this anymore, my higher self said, "What? You don't want to do it? Okay, great. I'm gonna get you fired. We're gonna go on a journey and we're gonna have fun." And I'm like, well, of course, these things weren't really said in consciousness, but that's exactly what happened. And I've been on this journey led by my higher self. Sometimes, I'm amazed at what happens and what twist and turn my life takes, because I would have never imagined that I would be here right now. My family, they're sick. They're like, "Oh, you should be the dean of a department right now. You should be the provost. What are you doing?" I am enjoying my life. That's what I'm doing. No clocks to punch, no papers, no file, no papers to grade, no nothing, no students bothering me. I am enjoying my entire life, and that's what happened, I think. Yeah, I'm complete.
Well, that's delicious. And Jordan Peterson got fired as well. Well, actually, he didn't get fired. He resigned because, uh, quote unquote, things were, and I don't want to say quote unquote, the way he stated it is that he and them had an ideological difference. And of course, he was going to honor himself. And guess what he said? Now he gets to teach people all over the world. What if he had stayed in that college? We wouldn't have known who Jordan Peterson is. Now, whether you like him, don't like him, agree with him, don't agree with him, we're not talking about that part because it's not a political show. We're talking about following your inner knowing, and we're talking about that your inner knowing is going to be different from what the outside told you. They are diametrically opposed. What your inner world is telling you, your inner voice, is completely reversed from what people on the outside will tell you, what the outside world will tell you. Completely reversed. Dr. Queen Hadassah, Journey Divine on YouTube says, "Wow, she speaks my truth." Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? All right, we're
Beautiful. I love
it. It's beautiful. Let's go to Kristen. How you loving, Kristen?
I am loving well, Grand Rising. I am so like, if I could like run around, I could run around and dance right now, but y'all hear me panting. This course is rapidly, exponentially changing my life. It feels like overnight, but it's not. Like Dr. I believe it's Queen Hadassah, is saying.
Yes, Queen Hadassah.
Queen Hadassah.
Government name.
Okay. Queen Hadassah, like you're saying, like your higher self, led you on the journey, of exploration. And that's just what it feels like for me, is just really coming to the place of, first of all, and I keep reminding myself this every single day, and I know we're only at day 20, but every single day, like I see nothing as it is. I see nothing as it is. I see nothing as it is. And practically it's like, okay, at first my mind was like, what the hell? Like, that's so, okay, what does that mean? And then like it shows up practically where I see that I'm making assumptions about someone's idea of me or someone's, their intentions. And it's like, okay, I really don't see anything as it is. And just really coming to a place of and being determined, like today's lesson, like I am determined to see. And that's what I've just been praying. If I cry, whatever. But, like I'm just determined to really fulfill like my highest potential on this planet, on this earth, in this dimension. Kaisi, what you were talking about, I wrote it on my mirror when we did a meditation. I think it was last week, where we're supposed to see like our future self and walk into the screen, and then every day, you know, ask the spirit or higher self, you know, what is one action, or what action should I take today in order to reach my highest potential? And I've just been doing that every day and surrendering to, I don't know anything. And it's like, because of that, like manifestations that I've been, you know, asking for, waiting on, because I'm just surrendering all of that, they're starting to like boom, 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 back to back to back to back, back to back to back to back. And I'm just excited for where, you know, life is taking me and on this journey. And I'm really thankful to be on this journey with all of you beautiful souls, and to really wake up and truly see, like Neo, I'm ready to use my real eyes. So that's all I wanted to say. Just thank you. And Dr. Jiwa, I cannot wait to go on one of the retreats. I hope she's there. My husband and I plan on going to the 40-day excursion. I think it's like Sri Lanka, Tanzania, and some other places.
Yes.
Yes.
We have to see if we can coax Dr. Jiwa into it, and we got to see if the time aligns with her schedule as well. Dr. Jiwa goes all over the world, and she's always in Egypt. She's an Egyptologist, I guess you could say. She probably wouldn't call herself an Egyptologist. I'm calling her that. And so we're going to see if we can align it, Kristen. We're going to see if we can align it. Yay! We love Dr. Jiwa. That I'm telling you. Ooh, I have the God bumps right now, Kristen, as you were speaking, because when we come together, no words. And anyone who has been on any of our events, from the Mystery School events, from Salem, Sedona, Bali, Mexico, the cenotes, Dubai, anywhere all over the world, New Orleans, anywhere where we have taken Peru, where we have had our events, Miami, it doesn't matter what is beauty events all up and down the East Coast and Cleveland, Atlanta. Oh my God, so much fun. It doesn't matter what we get together for. Miracles, 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 miracles. It doesn't matter what we're doing. Miracles, if we're doing money manifestation, if we're doing plant medicine, if we're doing crypto, like we're doing Never Work Again, crypto, our Bitcoin meetups, our crypto meetups that we had at my office, our money manifestation events, our beauty events. It doesn't matter what we're doing. Miracles, 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 miracles. Can anyone testify? Divine Lady Ninhursag was just with us and was the co-host of the retreat in Virginia Beach, our winter solstice ritual and retreat in Virginia Beach. Can you speak, Harmony? Divine Lady Ninhursag, Queen Vashti. Are you able to speak? How you loving?
Good morning. It may be a little noisy. I'm driving. Good morning, everyone. Yes, I didn't quite hear what you were asking, but I did hear my name. I know you mentioned the winter solstice retreat in Virginia Beach.
Yes, I was wondering what your experience is, because you've been to so many of the events. You've been to Bali with us, you've been to Peru with us, you've been to Sedona, you've been to Salem. Like, what has been your experience? And then, of course, winter solstice in Virginia Beach. What is your experience when we come together? Family, I'm going to be talking about this all the time. Come together. You cannot just watch on YouTube and listen on Clubhouse. You've got to get up and leave your house. Why? Why, Divine Lady Ninhursag? Queen Vashti, why?
Because there is nothing like being in the room. Magic and miracles happen in the room. On the retreat, like there are things that happen that you cannot explain. Experiences, it's nothing like being in the room. You will not get that sitting on the couch. You will not get that driving in your car of house. You won't get it. it's just an expansion of your consciousness. When you leave your comfort zone, whether it's within your state, within the United States, when you leave out of this comfort zone, you experience a difference in life, a difference in the way other people live. And it helps to expand your consciousness and to know that there's much more than the world that you created within comfort zone. And as I was driving earlier, because I don't, right when the clubhouse is starting, I'm driving, I'm working, and I don't like to get on too early because I do not want to interrupt the sacred space with just noise or whatever going on in the background with me working. So I was just thinking that this morning. I was like, it's amazing how there's like so much going on outside of the little space that we create. And they're like having a ball over there now doing their meditation, and I'm driving in. But I was like, no, I have to honor the sacred space, so I'm not going to log on until I know, till I can, listen and the meditation is over. But it's nothing like going on retreat. I mean, you're going to have experiences. You mentioned Bali. Yeah, experience for Bali. Overcame. It's going to stretch you. It's going to stretch you beyond what you think you're possible of doing. I literally spent the night in the DC airport because I missed my flight. I was crying. I was upset. And still made it to Bali. When you have these experiences, this is what these experiences are for. I was supposed to have that experience and miss my flight so that I know that I can stretch beyond the comfort zone that I've already put. And every time you retreat, you're going to have experiences. Not all, to the point where you're missing your flight, then, that dramatic. But the experiences are going to allow you to see that you're capable of much, much, much more. And even just being on a mountain in Peru with Queen Hadassah on Rainbow Mountain, that's something that I never would have done. And it stretched me again. It stretched me to know that I don't have to do it by myself, because there was no way that I could have gotten off that mountain without supernatural assistance, because literally I was taking 3 steps and I had to sit down. But I was determined that, okay, I'd have made it all the way here. I'm going to see Rainbow Mountain. Then I had to ask for assistance to get off the mountain. So this is why being on retreat is so important, because it expands your consciousness. It helps you to grow spiritually. It helps you to surrender to spirit and know that you have assistance on the other side. There's assistance for you. All you have to ask. And yes, I was asking, you got to get me off this mountain. I done got up here, and you got to get me off. And everything worked out lovely. And, we have our experiences with plant medicine, and that was a whole nother awesome experience. Add to my list, and we won't go into that, but it's just an amazing thing. These are things that I never thought that I would be doing in my life. When I came to this community in 2017, that was right when I started traveling. I was going to Nigeria, and I've been traveling ever since. I never would have thought this would be my life, but it is, and I'm so grateful and happy, and I'm complete.
Do you remember when we were in Bali and we were there with that huge table of food with Lavender? Remember, Lavender was with us at that time too, and Queen Hadassah, and who else was at the table with us? And it was this ginormous table of food, and they just kept bringing more food, and it was all vegetarian, everything on the. I found that video the other day.
What's that place called? Something like
Kismet in Bali.
beautiful. That was a beautiful experience. And it was also lovely and vegan.
Yep, it was all, everything on the whole table came from the ground. Everything on the whole table came from the ground. Uh, Astounding. I mean, these are not experiences you have at home. These are not experiences you have at home. And even if you do plant medicine at home, there is nothing like plant medicine with a shaman on the side of a mountain in Peru with a bunch of spiritual peeps. It's just nothing like, it's just different.
When Queen Hadassah and myself, we had our intro experience, and it was just the two of us there at the, and you know, we were in our experience, and we're both just lounging on a mountain, like having this experience. Like, who does that? We do. It's like so awesome. You luxuriate, and I was having my experience where I was experiencing the feline, part of my soul, and I was just a beautiful cat luxuriating on the side of a mountain in Peru. You can't get this on the couch.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
You can't get it in your car.
You can't do it.
You can't watch YouTube.
You can't do it.
You
can't do it.
And
it's so
Hi,
true.
This is Kristen again. I didn't want to interrupt, but Lady Nahassan, are you the person you used to work on UPS trucks? And you bought a
One and the same. She ain't at that job no more.
This is her from the orientation. Yeah, your story inspired me. Okay. I'm gonna say this, and I know there's other people to speak. But I personally, and my husband and I, we literally, our lease is supposed to end in August. We are like, you know what? We're not about to be on this rat list, so then we can go take the trip once a month, whatever amount of time that we want to, when we know that there's the potential in our higher self is calling us to, let go of these physical attachments. So we're taking the leap of ending our lease early, and our family is like, well, where are you going to go? What are you going to do? How are you going to do this? And I'm like, I don't know, and I don't need to know. I trust Source. And just back to it, when Dr. Jiwa was on, of saying yes, that's literally, I just keep reminding myself. I say this because I feel like there's other people on here, because I'm one of the people who's been following Reverend Val since 2016, a long time. And it's I know the retreats have been going on. I know it's I've never truly come to the place of surrender and just say yes. That's all you have to do. And I have complete and total faith that we're going to be there in these retreats this year in 2020. So it's encouragement of just say yes. God, just thank you. Just thank y'all for being you. That's all I say. I'm done. I'm complete. Oh my God. Thank you. You got me just all one.
Queen Vashti, your voice went out for a second. Queen Vashti, you with us? Are you able to unmute Queen Vashti and share? Well, while Queen Vashti comes back to us, Kristen, you are the reason why I do this and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it, because we need it. We all need it. Why am I on every retreat? Because I need it. And brought us to ValerieLove.com is so that you can see the events coming up. So of course we have the 222 activation event, and for your quantum manifestation. 222 is a portal. Do not let 222 pass with you not in spiritual community. All activating the portal together. Plus I have a lovely gift bag for you. I feel like Oprah. So I'm going to be giving you, everyone who attends, a gift bag with a brand new tarot deck in it, among other delicious things. And all you do is click on get the juicy details, and it is going to bring you right to the registration page. Now, let me ask you a question. Look at these goddesses right here. Look at these goddesses. By the way, no, we don't only have goddesses. We also welcome men, everyone, all people are welcome. Look at these goddesses right here. And tell me, look at like Princess there with the fro, rocking the hair, the natural hair. Look at these goddesses. Look at Devotion, incredible herbal herb doctor. Look at these goddesses and tell me. Look at Arlene Cahet right there. Her husband was with us too, King. Look at them and tell me that they don't look like they get in their life. They look like they get. Look at Denelzia there with her incredible crown on. Hey, Denelzia. Look at Denelzia. I mean, what's better than that than coming together in community? So when you look at, if you look at ValerieLove.com and you look at all the things we have going on, you know that you are called to it. People tell me, oh my goodness, when I saw it, I said yes. And then what happened? Well, you talked yourself out of it. So don't do that. Don't talk yourself out of it. And for even the ones that we don't have all of the dates and details posted yet, all you do is just go ahead and give yourself a yes. Just say yes. Okay. Just click the link, say yes, and do what is required. Oh, gracias. Right? Just say yes. Okay. All right. Next. Who's next? Angel. Talk to us, Angel.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I love this lesson today. I found this lesson to be very encouraging after the other lessons that have actually tore down everything that I know, see, and think. It was, I'm not going to say like I was starting to feel discouraged, but like just when going through the lessons and hearing, okay, the thoughts and meaningless of what I'm seeing are reflections of my meaningless thoughts, and that it basically none of this shit is. It was like, okay, now what? But I am determined. Like I feel Christian on such a level because I didn't know. I got introduced to you, I think, maybe about 2.5 years ago. When I had my own, like, I was, I guess, going through, well, I guess my spiritual awakening. I was invited to a spring equinox ritual with a witch in Arizona, and I'm on the East Coast. And I was like, you know what? I have driven before and flown before to go to church conventions, and I'm gonna do this shit. I'm going to, I don't know what's gonna happen when I get there. I don't know how I'm gonna get there. And within 3 months, I ended up in Arizona. I packed my car with my kids, 7 kids and a cat, and was like, we are going to Arizona. And we went, and that is where I was introduced to Reverend Valerie Love. She was like, I think you'll like her. She's a Christian witch, and I know you might like her. And as soon as I started watching the videos, I was like, oh, I'm gonna hang with her. Like, I'm gonna find this lady. I'm gonna do this. I'm a damn Christian witch. This, and I'm gonna do this, and that is where I was determined to see in, and I took that leap of faith. And it's like now when we pulled the lesson up today, and I am determined to see. I was like, hell yeah, I am, because I don't got no other choice. I don't have no more time. I don't got no more patience for the fuckery. I'm ready for the real, what's real in this world, and now we have it. Like, now I have an outlet and somewhere to get knowledge, and amazed, and I'm take that next step. Like, I keep hearing, go ahead and for the retreat, and it's like, you know what? Again, I don't know where the money comes from, me and the kids. We are going to get to Miami in next month because our lives depend on it. My spirit depends on it. I depend on it, and we are going to be there. And with that, I am complete.
You know what I love about that, Angel? I love that you're up for the stretch. Why are we telling you to come out of your homes, family? Why are we telling you to leave your homes, leave your kids or whomever, give them to grandma, auntie, uncle, whomever, you're coming back? Because when you go, you're going to be stretched. You're going to be stretched beyond what you think you can do. You're going to start seeing your true potential, and you come back, you're a changed being. You're a changed being. You want rapid transformation. You want a transformation of your mind like that. Go somewhere. Especially that you've never been before, with a group of people you've never been with before, to do something you've never done before. You are about to be stretched. You could be stretched from a 10 to a 1,000 in one weekend. This is the magic that people don't understand.
I'm ready.
Come on. Come on, Angel. Come on. All right. Coach Michelle is next.
Okay. I love that. I love her willingness to stretch. I just wanted to mention this one last thing. Like, my profile picture is Mexico. Like, if you look at my profile picture, you only see that like in a magazine or something. And I love this picture because this is when we were, Coach, when we were at
Chichen Itza.
When we were at Chichen Itza. Yes. I love it because it just looks like it looked like something out of a travel magazine. The picture, just me jumping like that in front of the pyramid. Like, I will never forget these moments. So I just wanted to mention that.
Okay, Rev, I have a comment real quick before we move on, if I may. I really, really love this conversation. And I really appreciate us trying to motivate people off the couch. But I will say this. Once you come to our retreats and you get stretched and life is no longer the same, you're going to need community. And that's what this forum allows me to have, is a community that I can come to that understands my language. Now, I did all of this traveling and man, I barely missed the retreat. I have been enjoying my life. But I promise you, when I come home, my family is like, what's that nonsense on your head? What are you wearing those beads for? What's wrong with you? Like, and they, they just don't get it. So when I'm with my family, when I say family, I'm talking about my spiritual family, it's like, oh, well, you saw an angel today. Awesome. And so I have a place where I can have conversations and community with people. So just know that we are not just retreaters. We are an entire community that's here to support, as Rev says all the time, the unfolding of your soul. Okay, I'm complete.
That is delicious. It's so true, because when you go and you have something profound happens, it unpacks over 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years. It unpacks over time. And so if you're in community, then you will be supported in that unpacking, in the integration, as we call it, in the integration. By the way, Queen Vashti, I showed them your picture on YouTube of you jumping up, and we got that picture captured by our incredible photographer that we had at that event. We had a photographer at that event, an OMG photographer and videographer at that event.
I don't know why my phone keeps cutting out of the clubhouse. I'm not sure. What were you saying, Coach?
I showed your picture on YouTube and YouTube and Facebook of your picture of you jumping up at Chichen Itza, and that photo that was captured by our photographer, our professional photographer that we had with us for photos and video at Chichen Itza. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Next, we want to go to Queen Michelle. Look at that, Queen Michelle. Okay, Coach Michelle, you're up next. How you loving?
Hey, Coach Michelle.
Coach Michelle, are you speaking? We don't hear your voice. It's working now. We hear you now.
It's working now?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. You're saying poor connection for me. I was saying good morning to everyone. And hey, Dr. B. Hey, boo. A couple of things slapped me in the face this morning. One just being our lesson. I'm determined to see, and then the idea of like, when did you decide that you actually wanted to see? And I'm going into my own journey And in my journey, a couple of things came up for me. Just the amount of resistance that I've had on it, and just acknowledging all of the resistance. Peeling back the scales. And so many things had to transpire in my life because of all the resistance. There was a point where I was just like, okay, I'm not saying this is going on, that is going on. I mean, even going to the doctor, neurologist, ophthalmologist, and them looking at me like, ain't nothing wrong with you. You see perfectly. Financial difficulties, just a whole lot of different things that came up. Me and my struggle with work, to the point where I came to the point where I was like, PTO, prepared for others, because she ain't coming back. She going home. And so I did, and didn't tell anyone, until everyone finally said, you can't be working. You absolutely can't be working. To the point where I tried to officially separate myself, and things came up where, no, you can't do this right now. You got to wait another 3 months before we can accept your paperwork. Just a lot of things. And then even when I had, the interview and, went to HR, like what's going on? And being asked, well, can you hang on for another 6 months? Well, if you stay for another 6 months, blah, 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 that's not going to make a difference for me. I need you all to process this. And I would say, even after everything is said and done, the little tap on the shoulders, where this was unheard of. Oh, we'll let you double dip. If you come back, spinning the wheels. Everyone looking at you like, you can't be home. You gotta be bored. Something's gotta be going on. And I'm like, I am great. Never felt better. But what are you gonna do next? I don't know. Don't you want to do something? Maybe, maybe not. I'm good right now. I don't need to do anything. And this, just looking at it, saying I'm determined to see. So I am on this journey, eyes wide open, and I am truly determined to see all the source has for me. I am complete.
That is delicious. It's very interesting that when you make a decision, some things will come against or will seem as if they're coming against your decision. And I love what the Course said today. It said that once we decide, we have to be determined. Yes? So we made the decision, and then after the decision, sticking to the decision, regardless, come what may, regardless of what people may say, what they may do, come what may, it is a decision, and we are determined to stick with the decision. Right?
I know, and I am so excited. It's been over a year since I've been at the workplace, and everything has been fantastic.
I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, we are going to go to our card for the day, which is the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles reminds you, is very aligned with our meditation that we had earlier today. The meditation that we had earlier today with regard to the Queen of Pentacles is placing yourself in the already done of your wealth. Queen of Pentacles is the queen of wealth, the queen of the body, the queen of real estate, the queen of physical manifestations. She is the queen of the earth suit. And so the Queen of Pentacles reminds you that you are sitting on the throne of not only your wealth, your body, your real estate, your car, your everything that appears in the physical dimension, everything that appears in the manifest world, including nature. The Queen of Pentacles is firmly entrenched in nature. And so we have the Queen of Pentacles today. And if you've been every day journaling and keeping up with your card for the day, you know that we had the Lover's card already 4 times this year, 4 times in 19 days, which is pretty incredible. And today we have the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles will ask you to give attention to your money, your wealth, your body, your real estate, your finances, everything in your life that represents the physical. Okay, everything that represents the physical. Now, before we go into our
Can I share?
Yes, please do.
Thank you. I apologize for any background noise. I have 6 dogs running around, but the puppies start going to their new homes today. Definitely, today's session has given me life. Like when I hopped on and the meditation, I was like, I'm gonna figure out how to put that meditation to audio because I want to listen to that every day. So that was sexy, Rev. Like the meditation today just did something to me. I know I'm supposed to be like in a meditative space, but it made me be in a runaround space. Like that meditation today was everything. And being determined to see, I like that exercise because especially when you said when somebody says something or does something and it makes you kind of react, I feel like being determined to see instead really gets to the beneath why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling when I want to react to something that somebody says or does. So I am determined to see. I'm going to make that a part of my daily rituals because so often I get offended or upset about something somebody may say when there's always so much more underneath that I'm not seeing. So if I just take the time to see what's going on instead of just automatically going into reactive mode, I'm sure my life will be way more peaceful. And retreats, yes, I know that my first retreat was Sedona in 2016, and my first retreat was my worst retreat, but it was my best retreat because that was at the end of 2016, and when you're growing and when you're stretching, sometimes it doesn't feel too good. When somebody is calling you out on your shit and making you sit in it, it doesn't feel too good. So when I left that retreat, I wasn't in good spirits. However, it was everything that I needed, and it was everything that I required for my soul's journey. And 2017, as a result, was the best year of my life, really. 2017 was the best year for me financially, emotionally, spiritually. I walked away from my quote-unquote good old government job. I decided I no longer was going to be in a marriage and came out to my family, my true desires as a lesbian. So I feel like 2017 was the greatest year of my life. And I know that it was a direct result of Sedona, Arizona in December of 2016.
Wow.
So definitely, like Divine Lady Ninhursad said, you get the magic and the miracles from the retreats. You get the manifestation from the retreats. And it's something that, you can watch YouTube. You can watch us go live from the places where we are. You can do all of that. But I don't, like Rev said, I don't care where we go. I don't care. We went to a business, the business that we were a part of at the time. We went to a business convention and wound up in Rev's suite. And first time in my life, I actually saw visually demons coming up out of people in one of our sessions. So it doesn't matter where we are, as long as we are together, the miracles, the manifestation, the magic happens. And I'm complete.
Wow, isn't that the truth? That I remember that was a wow. That was a wow. I just said, hey, let's have a meditation in the morning. We were at a business event. Hey, let's have a meditation in the morning. And we had a meditation in the morning, and OMG. Okay, we went in. We went in. All right, Rosa, we're going to get you tomorrow morning. Right now, we're going to so come on stage tomorrow morning. We're going to conclude with our galactic signature for today. Queen Hadassah, can you share the galactic signature with us for the day?
Absolutely. Our galactic signature today is white crystal wind. Yay, white family.
Ooh.
I dedicate in order to communicate. Universalizing breath. I feel the input of spirit with the crystal tone of cooperation. I am guided by the power of timelessness. I dedicate in order to communicate. Universalizing breath. I feel the input of spirit with the crystal tone of cooperation. I am guided by the power of timelessness. I dedicate in order to communicate, universalizing breath. I seal the input of spirit with the Crystal Tough Corporation. I am guided by the power of timelessness. White crystal wind.
That is a beautiful galactic signature. White crystal wind. Come on, family. White crystal wind. And if you don't know what we're talking about, go to lawoftime.org. And you can also go to valerielove.com and click on books, because there you will see the latest book that I have that helps you to decode yourself. Now, if you're a member on the YouTube channel for $4.99 a month, you receive all the books as a gift in ebook form. All right. I love you, family. Have a beautiful day. Everybody on Clubhouse, y'all want to say love, send some love to people on YouTube, to love tubers. Love you. Peace.